she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind.
Chiara, we have some questions for you about who you are and as an author, what you do. But then I also have some discussion stuff I want to bring up to everybody. And then at the end, I've already spoken to you about this, but just in case everyone doesn't know, we have the opportunity for you to ask us questions regarding the book or anything else in your universe or thinking at all. And so I'm interested to see what you might want to ask us. But as far as this goes, I'm sorry, did I interrupt somebody? No, okay. All right, so overwhelmingly, when we asked, what do you want to ask Chiara? All anyone wanted to know is, what else do you have planned in your universe? That was
well, right now I'm writing book 2, obviously, for Hallowed Fates, which is the name of the series for that A King of Blood and Magic is part of, and then I'm also working on one called Nox, When Darkness Takes Form, which sounds very dramatic. It's a reverse harem.
Ooh.
And
all of us are going
Yep. Yes.
And I am super excited about it. It has been a very exciting experience writing it, and distracting to say the least. But yeah, it makes me giddy. And then also writing, I think I mentioned to you guys before, the Moors novella series, which I'm also super excited about. And that one I think will probably be a little bit more, it won't be quite as dark and intense as, there are definitely dark moments and there will be quite a number of trigger warnings, but it won't be quite as heavy, I guess, as A Kingdom of Blood and Magic. Nox will definitely be trigger warning heavy and intense. And then there's another one that I'm working on. Should I even say this? It's
yes.
So the abbreviation for like STFU would ATT like that. Yeah, that one. So that's the title of it. I don't want to like. And then that's the title of it: a love story, and it's an romance. So yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Is that all the same universe or just all your projects?
Projects.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, then the next question was my own personal question of like, how do you keep track of all this? Thank you, Amethyst. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that one. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there was too many letters for my brain to keep track of at once.
Yeah.
Development style. How do you keep track of all this stuff?
Oh man, I don't. That's the short answer. I basically keep, I use the Vellum app to write, and or like software or whatever it is on my computer, and thanks to my roommate, because it's an expensive software and they can like give you a free like +1 thing for an additional device. So I use that, and it's really nice. I highly recommend it. It's not that expensive, but yeah, it's just, I like, whenever I first started writing, I was originally using Word. Why am I talking about this? I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
No.
We're all a rap audience. Just talk.
You're podium girl.
We are here for you.
Anyway, so yeah, how do I keep track of everything? I just keep basically like 4 different Vellum tabs open like at all times, and then I just like I literally basically I'm kind of like daydreaming about these books. Like they're the first thing that I think of whenever I wake up in the morning, and then like the last thing that I think about whenever I'm going to sleep. And I don't know, it's just kind of all consuming, and I just kind of, I guess I'm a mood writer, you could say, and I try to force myself to stay focused. I mean, if I'm feeling stressed, then I kind of force myself to do it anyway. Yeah, I just I write as much as I can, and when I can, and that's about as far as my organizational skills go. which
Well,
is
then
this,
I'm
which is
curious
to say I have
to know
none.
about this question that we had then, that comes from Laura a little bit. But was there anything in your book that you edited out to wish that you like wish you could have kept in, or is it like a bonus deleted scene kind of deal that you have around, or did what you write is what you have presented to everybody?
Oh no, there's a number of deleted scenes. Spicy ones
spicy.
too. Yes, there's some spicy ones. There are a few scenes that I have just sitting there in documents, like deleted scene documents, where she actually has sex with Nakoa in the first book. But
So that's not a deleted scene as much as like you couldn't, like that didn't happen, or did it happen behind things we don't know?
I wrote it and then ended up deleting it because it didn't quite sit well with me that like I didn't feel like it was being like I was being true to the character. It was more being true to my hormones, you know. But I didn't feel like I was being true to the character, that she would actually follow through with actually having sex with him whenever she's like so in love with Malekai, and Nakoa has really been kind of treated her so poorly in the beginning. You know, he makes it up to her in the second book, which I'm very excited about, and we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, yeah, so there are
We are
some
all
deleted
very
scenes.
excited to see how that turns out.
But yeah, I'm in the process of building the website right now, which is friggin' exhausting. If you have anyone that is familiar with Squarespace that I can pay to help do some shit on, because I am just fucking exhausted. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be cursing. Is this gonna go on Instagram?
Yeah.
I don't want to get
it's your audience.
I don't want to get the thing flagged. That's all that I care about. Yeah, so there will be I'm gonna have a Patreon and a Ream. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start those, and Knox, and I think Moore's, and then I don't know. I'm just deliberating whether or not about adding Moore's to it, but for sure shut the fuck up and take that in. and Knox will for sure be part of the like basically I'll release like a few chapters every 2 weeks, and that'll be part of like the exclusive content subscription. And then part of that will also include like deleted scenes and like a whole bunch of other perks that hopefully people actually like. But yeah, there'll be some spicy stuff in there. So
I'm sure we would all love that very much, and that would be totally fine. My next question to you is about the name Chihiro, and that we know, I think, as a collective, that is from Spirited Away. And I wanted to know, like, is that an Easter egg? And do you have other Easter eggs in the book that maybe we didn't really notice?
Yes, it is. And I mean, I'm just a huge Studio Ghibli fan, and so whenever I was trying to think of the name of her horse, I don't know. I just had to.
It worked. I was like, oh my gosh, she also likes that. I as much that they had to go together. But are there any other Easter eggs in the book, or little things from your life that you've added into it, or characters that are people in your life?
I mean, yeah.
Or do you not want to admit it that there are?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you know I've experienced that are parallel to things that happen in my books, and yeah, I mean, some of them are kind of dark. Some of them are like historically accurate. Some of them are not. Obviously, because we're talking about fantasy romance here. Yeah, I mean, I don't even, man, I think I would have to think more on more stuff like that. For sure there are, but I don't know. I'd have to create a list because it was like a year ago that I wrote it,
I understand completely.
Sorry.
It's all right. I didn't know if you had, like, I understand too, maybe we don't want to give all the information out that I am not writing, but if I had characters in my mind, I would know I would have to draw from my real life to know those people, to know these characters. So I'm always curious, like, are you Marina and we just don't know? Is that what it is? Or like,
Well,
is
much
your
to my
ex-boyfriend
dismay,
like,
I was not kidnapped by my fated mate and did not get to experience tail play.
unfortunately so.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
So
So
yeah, I mean, like things that are for sure things that are related to like trauma healing. And I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. But yeah, there's like the things related to trauma healing and some of the traumatic things that she's experienced. I am definitely familiar with. And so that's like, you know, things that I'm able to pull inspiration from. And it's, you know, it's a cathartic experience. Usually like in my waking life, I desperately try to avoid things that might that remind me of those things. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's healing to write about these things sometimes. And so
well, I
yeah.
saw here in my extensive research that you do jujitsu and Muay Thai, and so I assumed that that transferred into your writing and your action scenes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That you've been doing it a very long time. I don't know if anyone knows, but she's an expert at Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu.
I don't know about that.
I think you have to do like 10,000 hours to be an expert in something.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Definitely not 10,000 hours. There's no way.
Like half that probably. It's like a lot. So I mean, I know you mentioned before that you would put some of those things into your action writing, and it kind of helped you to understand what I would be like. She threw a punch, but you were like very specific about where body parts went and things that I appreciated. And I
oh wow, I didn't even realize.
Well, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't even know how
Yeah.
to make a fist. I think I've learned from some of my books like yours, you have to put your thumb on the outside, and that's about
Yeah.
as far as I've gotten. That's all I know. So
That's a good start.
I could tell though you had like experience with it in a way that you were able to really explain it really well.
Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so.
I hope you add a sword at some point because that just feels badass enough. Would Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu have swords? That would be really cool. Do they have swords?
No, I mean like
No,
Filipino
Crystal said no.
uses like stick stuff or like
Cool, staffs. That's cool.
yeah. There you go. But I mean, yeah, they have. I forget what they call them. It's not quite a staff. Not quite a stick. I forget. I haven't done any Filipino Kali. But yeah, and then, like, yeah. I mean, anyway, specifically Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu don't use swords, but
Good. No, I don't know anything about this.
well,
Obviously.
we're writing swords still. That sounds fucking terrible. I mean, it would be just like to death.
I've learned from my fantasy reading, it really hurts your muscles and makes you really tired. And you have to sleep it off. And that's like all I got. I live vicariously through fantasy, which I think is the whole draw. But everyone has a sword. And so I'm always curious, do you have sword experience to impart? But no, but also it works. It worked really well. It worked really well.
Oh man. I have actually been dying to do, and also here in the UK, what do you call it? What's the French term? What do they call it? Not jousting. French. No.
Fencing?
Fencing.
Oh, I started doing that in the UK when I was over there.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
There's an academy out there.
Do what?
There's like a fencing academy you can go to out there.
Yeah, I have been dying to try fencing.
That sounds aristocratic enough. Like it's a place it was born. It's perfect.
It's a real thigh burner, I'll tell you that.
See? This is what I've learned.
Thigh burner.
Yeah. I imagine.
Please do it and please post videos and let's all cheer you on. I would love to see you fence.
I'll probably be giggling the whole time. But yeah, I really need to. I forgot about that. That has been on my to-do list for ages, and yeah, this year is the year. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, good.
I can see you doing it. I can definitely see
I
you
totally
doing
see it. So my other question to you is, what books or authors do you find that you like to draw inspiration from, or you feel are like, I can read this and it inspires me to write?
Oh my God, so many to name. I mean, it's honestly, it's hard for me not to get inspiration from anything that I read. You know, half the time whenever I'm reading something, I'm like, oh, I need to go right now. You know, but I mean, there are, yeah. So I mean, off the top of my head, as I've mentioned before, like I really love Karina Hale. Oh, Amethyst. Well, if you need, I know that you mentioned earlier about like writing connections and stuff like that. So not that I really have any connections, but if you need any advice or help, let me know. I'm here for it. But yeah, I mean, I really love Karina Hale, and I really love Alana Khan for like more cozy stuff, because I do write, like most of my writing ends up being really dark. I need a palate cleanser to myself, and I end up quite a bit of like cozy monster romances, and as Anna knows, lots of orc romances.
They're the ultimate cinnamon roll, right? Golden retriever cinnamon roll. They are.
They honestly, they're the best. So
They're
sweet.
the best. They'll fight for their woman and be over possessive and huge. And what else do you want? I don't know what else you want.
I know.
They're green.
Not
That's green. They're really rich. That's better.
Yep.
Which I know, Chiara, you, from my experience with you, you have a thing for tall, broad men.
I do.
Orcs just fit right into that. Perfect.
They really do. It's also why I kind of start to lean towards I really love sci-fi romances too. Because yeah, can't really get enough of that alien.
Those alien men, the alien people. Yes. Well, plus you get into all sorts of different anatomy and
yeah,
interesting twists.
I only have one rule of thumb with all of that whenever it comes to like monster and sci-fi romances, is that as long as the peen looks mostly human, I'm good. I'm good. I feel like the only thing that I've ever
we have to say that, but yes.
Yeah, I'm honestly, but you kind of do whenever you start exploring things. Like, you know, it's really, really rare that I end up like DNFing something. I really hate doing that. And there's been so many times where at the beginning I'm like, no, I don't know about this, and then I stick with it. I'm like, oh my God, I love this. But yeah, the only thing I feel like in terms of like monster peen is where I read something and I kind of had to draw a line was Mothmen. They just,
I heard about that.
It was just too much. It was pointy. It was pointy and like curls. And I was like, what? Why is it
What's
pointy?
so sexy about that?
Yeah, why is
it's disgusting?
Yeah, don't do this to me.
Pointy is too much. Too much.
Yes, that's a lot.
You posted some pretty interesting things in the chat in the last week.
Yeah.
Monsters being, I mean, it's such a broad term with like bee people, and someone wrote a door story, and there's like
heard about that.
All sort like some things don't even have a peen, so who knows? There's something for everybody out there. Because I know a few days ago, Sarah and Laura and I and Maggie were all talking about we're talking about furries.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because none of us know anything about that. So then we cautiously Googled. And so we understand. Yeah, it's thank you for keeping your men anatomically correct. I'm here for a wing moment where you touch it and they're sensitive and you're like, yes, like that is, please bring that to me. So Chiara, you asked me a few months ago, it was a time ago, if I knew what kind of, I'm going to get it wrong, so please help me, but what kind of creature or being or something Nakoa was, and I didn't know. And so I know you know, but I would love to get anyone else's opinion on what we think
Wasn't it Malekai?
is.
Well, it's technically both of them, actually.
Oh.
Both.
Oh.
Wait. Ah!
You're gonna lose me on Malekai. I don't know. Nakoa at least has the wings and the tail.
Yeah.
Is he like a
Anybody? I know he's not a gargoyle. He seems furry.
No, he's not.
furry?
No, he's not furry. He's pretty hairless, thankfully.
Oh,
Is he a gargoyle?
my mine is stuck
Oh,
on.
no, he's not a gargoyle.
Not a
I mean,
gargoyle.
Is he a devil?
these are all things that are answered in book 2. Do you guys really want me to?
No, don't tell us. But if we're
No,
close, maybe
just
give us
kidding.
an eyebrow lift or
Eyebrow
something.
No,
I'd be
no, no.
curious
Just
about
give us a
Malik.
shout out when you let it out finally.
Jess unmuted herself. Jess, do you have an idea?
Sorry, I hadn't even realized that it was there, and I lost it. So
Okay.
sorry.
Is he a shifter? No.
Wait, Nakoa?
Maybe. Yeah,
Malekai.
Nakoa. No, Nakoa.
No.
Malekai, he could be
Oh,
literally.
Malekai is shifter?
Is Malekai a phoenix or something? Because you mentioned something about fire.
It's not. No, he's not a phoenix.
Oh, disappointing.
He's a dragon.
He's a dragon?
I-
Oh, that'd be even better.
Oh,
Oh, would he be a dragon? Is he a shifter dragon man? Oh my god. And then Nakoa, is he like a lion? He's like a lion to me. I'm getting like feral beast energy from Nakoa. No, I'm far off. See? I know it's gonna answer wrong. I didn't know if anyone had better ideas. Can't wait to find out in book 2. Very
Yeah. So interesting.
All right, so then my question to Chiara is, and then everyone else can kind of elaborate, but Chiara, as the author of this book, and I know it was a while ago and you have so much going on, but do you have like a favorite part that really sticks with you from A Kingdom of Blood and Magic that you're like, that scene was just the bomb?
Spicy or not spicy?
You're among friends. Whatever you feel is appropriate. I know my favorite scene. What is your favorite scene?
Yeah.
Mine is spicy.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to hear y'all's favorite scene for sure.
You're first. You first.
So I would say this. Oh my god, it's hard to decide. I obviously love the parlor, like the blood parlor scene,
My favorite.
and I
Hands
Same. I was gonna say the same.
I also really love the scene on the horse.
With the tail.
Yeah. And also the one with him in the tent. That was nice. And then in terms of like not spicy scenes, the snot rag one.
Yeah, great quote.
Yeah.
I really love the pixies and the pixie challenge that they had to catch them, because you finally
That was
see them,
fun.
like let shit go for a minute, and she's on the outside kind of looking in, and everyone's getting together, and it was just like this really poignant, like, oh man, like this is her found family maybe moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
I really liked it. Oh, sorry.
no, please.
I was gonna say I really liked it too because I feel like it kind of gave like a resting moment
Yeah.
of peace before like the action builds up. And I feel like some authors feel like that they have to put action throughout everything just to keep it enticing. And honestly, those moments where you can sit and like relax and actually be with the characters are really fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little moment of peace might have been my favorite part, I think.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I was actually, whenever I like after I wrote it, I was like, is anybody even gonna like this? People might
Oh
gonna be
yes.
like
That was great.
what's happening, pixies. Why are we snot? Ugh. Like there's so many things where I was like, oh man, let's see how this shit goes, because I don't know.
No, the Pixies were definitely, it was so wholesome and fun. Like, actually made you smile while it was happening. It's almost like you felt
Yeah.
their sense of that moment of relief, that moment of respite in the middle of the chaos. So.
Yeah. I really loved like writing all of that was so fulfilling for sure. And I feel like in writing it, I needed like, you know, something to alleviate some of all like the stress of everything that's been going on with her, you know. So yeah, that's really good to hear.
Anyone else have any other like favorite scenes that weren't the pixie chasing or the tent or the horse or the park?
I liked when Nicole and Malekai started brawling and they were
Yeah.
taking bets
Oh
on who's
my
gonna win.
Oh my.
Especially because they were like evenly matched strength wise. So to see them just be boys being ridiculous was like,
Yes. It was just like, everybody was just like, oh my God.
I really like that too. I like the parts where Marina was bonding with Nicoa's mom. And they were in like the cave and she was kind of knowing a little bit more about her. And it kind of made me see them as a couple where I wasn't quite sure if she was going to leave that violence behind. And she's so in love with Malekai and there's all this going on, but then she's bonding with his family and then his found family. And it was like, it is complex, their relationships.
Yeah.
I want to know more about her too. Her story is so interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
her parents' story is interesting. So I'm interested in the novellas.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for Moore's novella. That's going to be illuminating, and there'll also be like things that are parallel, like to like even in the Knox one, it's set within this. It's a different time, but it's set within the same sort of universe. Like they're not in a Atratus, but you know, like within those realms, within that universe, you know. And we actually run into, well, not run into, but yeah, we meet one of the characters from Moore's novella, and then it's one of the characters that we actually hear about in A Kingdom of Blood. So like things kind of tie together within the universe, and then maybe people will get together at one point. We'll see.
Well, here's my next question to literally everybody. What do you hope to see in the next book? What are you looking forward to being resolved or explored more when it comes to the storyline or characters? And we all know who's she going to pick. All right. Which is totally valid because I'm really curious, especially now it sounds like you're giving Nicoa some redemption arc. I'm like, I don't know. I'm firmly in Why Choose. Firmly 2 feet in Why Choose land when it comes to who she's going to be with. I know she wants Malekai. That's cool. But Nicoa he's got this feral energy that I'm like, give me more of it.
I want both, but I like it. But honestly, like I know that a lot of authors, this is definitely definitely the organized thing to do. And I don't know. I have a really hard time pre-planning things. And so I really feel like these characters kind of write themselves and they surprise me whenever they do certain things. And I don't like really plan any of it ahead of time. Even at every time I've tried to, it ends up changing like completely. And so like even I am not sure which way it's gonna go. I know where I feel like they're kind of pulling me towards, like where it's heading, and I'm even kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, okay.
I've heard a lot of feedback from authors that how you're doing this is like a coveted thing, because I think a lot of them have to very finitely outline, and I've seen authors with post-it notes up their wall. So to be able to just write on the fly, I think is definitely something to be proud of.
I mean, definitely, I feel like both definitely, I don't know, maybe it might be romantic to look at it that way, but at the same time, I feel like my writing process would be so much more streamlined and probably faster and easier if I was able to plan things out. But I've tried, and it just doesn't work. The only thing that I do consistently before I write is basically meditate and do breath work and do my gratitude journal. And that is and have coffee. And that's about it.
That's good insight. Thank you for sharing with us. So anybody, before we have Chiara ask her questions for us, is there something you really want to see in the next book? For me, I really personally want to see how Nakoa and Marina manage the kingdom, how they manage the fallout, how all of that is going to play out, because I feel like we got political intrigue moments that I love. And so I'm really curious about that. Anyone else have something to share?
I'm kind of looking forward to more of the trauma just being like dug up as they go through, to see how they deal with that a bit more.
I'm excited for that as well. I'm excited, I'm excited for you guys to see Marina heal.
I think more of like I love that trope of the trauma healing. Like the guys can help her through her trauma and all that. I feel like Malekai would be, I don't know. In our chat, there have been some people who have shared that Malekai is sus. And they do not know what's going on with him. Laura, you want to elaborate?
Because I don't know about him. I mean, that's what I am interested to find out. Like, what is his deal?
Well,
is he a dragon?
We'll find out.
So, Chiara, do you have any questions for us, personal or otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know what, like, I mean, well, you guys kind of answered some of them earlier, like your favorite parts, things that you guys would like to see more of, and if you guys have any oh, hello?
We're here.
Oh,
there you go.
It cut out for a second. I need to put my phone on the charger. Yeah, and just like what you guys would like to, especially with the STFU,
That
whatever. So that one is like really brand new. The other ones I'm like are like really fleshed out in terms of I'm like basically a minimum of 10 chapters in with the other ones. I mean more, especially like with yeah. Especially with Blood of Two Crowns, which is the name of it. I know I haven't like announced that yet, but you guys can hear it.
Of the next book?
The next book,
yeah,
so it's Blood of Two Crowns. Yeah.
Oh my
Blood of Two Crowns.
My stomach is like, ugh. What does that imply? Oh, you're gonna kill me. Please don't tell me they split up and they have two crowns. Why?
No, I didn't say that.
I mean,
I didn't say that. We don't need to jump to any hasty conclusions.
I think I'm more upset about how Nakoa's heart would be broken. That's my problem.
What if Malekai is a dragon king?
Marina's gonna go with him, Laura.
Like, what if they're talking about like
okay?
What if it's actual crownings of two, and we're talking about the births of Nakoa and Malekai?
We can discuss this later.
Spin off.
Go ahead, Chiara.
Oh no! Oh my God, no! It's fine. This is awesome.
Oh God!
What was I talking about?
You were giving us questions.
Oh, right. So basically, especially for that one. So for the FTFU, blah 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 blah. That one, a love story. Let's just call it a love story.
Sure.
I guess for now.
Very cute name for something.
That's going to be super. It's going to be. Oh well, that one. I don't know. I'm still determining where it's going to go. So if you guys have any special requests, let me know, because I'm still kind of like brainstorming like characters and ideas and like a vague sort of semblance of what like what tropes I want to include. Tropes are kind of like, I guess you could say, organized stuff with tropes. Like before I write something, I usually start with one character and then I'm like, okay, what tropes do I love? And it's usually the same ones. But yeah, if you guys if you guys have any suggestions or requests, I would absolutely love to hear them.
I mean, I don't know, Kiara, I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody. This unlocked new kinks for me.
Yes.
So to say I want tropes, I'm like, I didn't know I wanted these tropes.
Mhm.
I'm always down for an enemies to lovers fated mate story. Like always.
Yes. Mm-hmm. One
Yes.
bed. That's always good.
The one, okay. I mean, my favorite trope is like cinnamon roll, golden retriever, only one bed, morally gray, very possessive man who falls for her first.
Mhm.
And that's all I need. And I'm pretty much just glued to the page. But if you have, how many people are in this reverse harem?
Well, Knox is the reverse harem one. So there's yeah. So
Okay.
but I'm still actually deciding with a love story. But yeah, with Knox essentially. Oh wow, I haven't even like given any. This is my first time like not pitching it, but like giving a summary about it. I haven't really talked to anybody about it much at all. But essentially, he is the, I guess you could say like he's not a god. He's more like the primal of darkness. Not like darkness is in like, ooh, I'm so evil, but like the absence of light and like shadow, like very much like otherworldly outer space kind of, that. And he's been around for a very long time, and he follows basically his soul bound across, and he can like travel across time. So time is not a linear thing as we mere mortals experience it. So he's able to traverse, and he follows her through every time. And then he goes to the goddess of life, and he tells her, like, eventually he like shows up. And he has no physical form yet, and he's just darkness. And he shows up to her, and he asks her to give him life, like give him a corporeal form, so that way he can go to her and
she can
experience
pick whatever she wants.
Well, no. So the goddess of life, basically he's too big to keep into one body. Like his essence is too much. So whenever he's being like compressed into this earthly form, and he's traveling through like the time space continuum to get to her, his form splits into three. So there's three. So she has three very different males.
But it's all him.
Technically, but they're all very, very different. Like they have a different, like once they're split, they have a different consciousness. They all have very different personalities. They all look totally different. They behave differently. They love her differently. They're different people essentially. And so, and to do this, he also sacrifices like the mass majority of his power. Like he obviously being trapped in a corporeal form, he can no longer like travel time like he used to, and his power is really like drastically limited. Now he's obviously still a shadow daddy, but
obviously.
Yeah, I mean, what would he be, honest? But yeah, so he sacrifices all of that, and is split, and like acts like he doesn't anticipate this happening. It's literally like as he's being like yanked through this time space continuum that he's split into three. And yeah, and well, we'll see. I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but I'm super excited.
That is really, really interesting.
So I cannot wait.
I think we're all really excited now.
Yeah.
Not Kiara giving us 3 shadow daddies together.
Yeah.
So do you want feedback about the STFU blah 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 and Knox?
Oh well, no. So that like that's all pretty much. I mean, you guys, if you have any suggestions for me, you can throw them out there. But it's already so like almost fully formed. Like the book isn't done yet, but anyway, yeah, it's like already so almost fully formed that I am not sure I could really change anything without like. I don't know. I'd be afraid of what that would do to it. But yes, with the STFU love story, that's the one where you guys can tell me what you want.
I feel like you do.
Not great at following directions. I'll just be, but I will try my best.
Do you have a certain inclination toward a certain kinds of tropes? Like I don't see you writing something fluffy. Or would you like to? Or do you want to?
I mean, I want to. I just don't know. I don't know.
Is it fantasy? Or are these the questions we're supposed to answer?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have a preference, I definitely feel like I don't know, I feel like something's kind of missing, but I could try to do dark romance, but I mean, contemporary romance or whatever.
Fantasy's
but-
always good.
Yeah. What is?
Fantasy's always good.
Yeah, I'm always good with fantasy.
Maybe like an urban fantasy. It's kind of like a combo.
Yeah, I'm actually leaning towards urban fantasy because all of this is also high fantasy. And I actually already designed the cover for it. Thanks to Canva. I was able to, found something that actually works really well. And I don't think I'm going to change it actually because I'm kind of in love with it. It's very simple, but actually really beautiful. And I'm excited for you guys to see the cover on the website. But I'm leaning towards urban fantasy, so I'm happy that you guys said that.
We have 5 more minutes, and I wanted to give you the opportunity since I don't know who's going to watch it this long, but I am going to post it on Instagram and try to edit things down a little bit. But I know you have Art Collective, and I know you have a few other projects that you're working on. So did you want to chat with us about any of those or kind of have the floor for a minute so that we can add some links and send some people your way?
I mean, for essentially Art Collective, I just give a platform for readers and authors to connect, and also give readers an opportunity who, like, I don't know, hobbyists or people that are trying to become professional and like make a career out of it, to get paid for your work. And then also for authors, like indie authors, to be able to find like their niche audience. It just, so that way we can all grow together. It's completely free membership for both parties. It's a place where you can give yourself and each other the spotlight. There will be online events where people can connect and you can help grow your readership or your brand or whatever it may be, and then the only fee that there is for authors if they want to post an arc on there, like have like an actual thing dedicated to their book, then it's $10 and that's it. Other than that, it's like totally free. And then also like for the readers, for whatever service, if you guys have any services that you want to provide and promote on there, then you'll be paid directly. Like, obviously I don't get any percentage of it, and I don't even want to deal with payments. So you guys will just have like, I don't know, Venmo or PayPal or something, that like a link on there. And that's about it. But yeah, I would love to like, we need as many of both as possible. So there's the website is now live. It is theartcollective.org. And please, anybody who is interested in growing their platform, whatever you want to call it, fill out the form.
Sure. Oh, we have a raffle. We'll get to that in just a second. But Chiara, I will try to make sure we blast your links. And I don't know who'll look, but let's do it. And we'll try and make sure that we bring people to you if we can. We also have a raffle there you're supposed to be choosing a number for and type it into the chat. And what are we, Laura?
Yes. So for every meeting, we're going to have a raffle to win a PR box. And in every PR box, we're going to have a signed copy of the author's book. And This is Kiara's. She wrote a really
Oh,
fun
that's so nice. Thank you for doing that.
I love it.
So we have a signed copy of the book. And Crystal made these bracelets. They're
My God,
amazing. So they are custom made for each book. This one says Team Malekai. It says, sorry, yeah, I know, they're amazing. Look at this.
Oh,
So
yes.
cool. And then we have, of course, our Team Nicola.
Oh my God, I
I'm
need those.
obsessed. I'm obsessed. They're
So
so
great.
cute.
So great. Great
Look at this.
job.
Oh my
And
God.
Thank
it
you.
has some stickers too that we're gonna put in the box, just like fun little bookish stickers. I have some bookish candles as well. They're gonna be from Apothecary 19. Anybody's heard of them? So she's sending them to me. She's gonna choose ones that like kind of match the book. So she has like Morley Gray.
Found family. Oh, I love it.
Family, enemies to lovers. Oh, that's a blank screen. But she has lots of different ones. She has a whole bookish collection, and she also has ones that are specific to different book series. So she has a kingdom, or not. She has a. Why can't I think of the freaking name right now?
A lot of books.
I know. Let me just like look at her actual bookish. She has the Nether Gods by Piper CJ and the Night and Its Moon, Legends of Thesmar, A Court of Thorn and Roses, War Amongst the Stars, and Fourth Wing right now. And she did just get another license. That is going to be a surprise. And then she has the regular bookish ones. So there's going to be that. And then for each one, we're going to have other book specific things. But that's going to be super fun. And let me see who.
Did everyone put in a number?
Okay. So we've got our numbers. Let me.
Laura, can you win this?
No.
I never thought about that.
I'm not going to enter it. Okay. I'm spitting. Choose a number. Okay. Let me try some. Okay. Choice. Spin. Spinning again.
That's okay.
And no. Okay. And spinning one more time. Here we get this one. Oh. And number 5.
Yay! Number 5.
Oh, yay!
All right. So I will DM you for your details. And that is the winner of our first PR box.
Yay! Well, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Chiara, so much for talking to us about your book. We're so excited about your next stuff. Share with us whatever you want. I know we're
Thank
excited.
you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so honored. And also, oh my God, please for the Goodreads thing.
Oh, the Goodreads, yes. Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Oh my God. Sarah literally had me in tears. I was about to take a nap. I literally laid down to take a nap. And then I saw your message and I was like, so please, anybody who has a spare moment, vote for Kingdom of Blood and Magic. Oh my God, please.
Have an awesome night. Thank you so much. And
Thank
we
you.
will chat soon. And thank you. Thank you so much. It was so great to have you.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Thank you, Amethyst. Yes.
Yay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
She's sweet but a psycho.